On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we are testing and checking out Transformers Rise of the Beasts Studio Series Cheetor. And today the cats are on the what are they doing? They're testing out sandboxes on the table. Oh no, this isn't appropriate. What? Oh, Rise of the Beasts Cheetor has just found a Star Wars excavators and is making himself quite comfortable on the table with the sandbox. What will he find inside? I don't know. Now we're on to Transformers. That looks like Kingdom. Cheetor is messing around with some Minecraft sand, a diamond sand, a gray sandy substance with diamonds inside, and may have found a creeper back there, but is also making himself comfortable. No, Cheetor, no. And is that a Beast Machines Cheetor? Looks pretty roughed up. It seems to have found some sort of dinosaur excavation sand, and red it is, and ooh, no, don't do that, not there. Oh gosh, guys, and oh man, so what's going on here? So Rise of the Beasts Cheetor seems to maybe have found a Rodan, or what is that, a Rodan, Greedo skull head in the sand there, has made a Greedo skull. And then we've got a pterodactyl skeleton made by Beast Machines Cheetor in the sand it just played in. And Cheetor over there for Kingdom has found a creeper. So there's what they do playing in the sand, doing things they shouldn't do, you know, cats. Anyhow, let's get to Transformers Rise of the Beasts Cheetor. We gotta check this one out. There's lots of cool things with Studio Series, so let's get right to this Transformer.
Squirrel Stampede!
We begin today's safari with Transformers Rise of the Beasts Studio Series number 98, Cheetor. And this is actually a Studio Series figure, whereas before we had checked out a Primal, who was just a Voyager Class figure. Not really sure how he figures into this, but this is an authentic Takara Tomy Hasbro Studio Series. We can even see on the side of the box. I love this image with Cheetor here with the claws. Just scratching, ready to get out. This figure says 24 steps of transformation, big screen inspired scale detail backdrop, and some fine print. Cheetor, Peruvian Jungle Discovery. These backdrops are kind of handy sometimes, but then also fills up a lot of extra space. Not as important as the extra space this fine print fills up. So shall we see Studio Series 98 Cheetor Voyager out. Out of box we run Cheetor, bronze, gray, silver in a way. Paint plastic, somewhat close to Primal, a little bland, but maybe with the spots a little more. Greater detail in that robot head for sure. It's almost looking like it's staring back at me this entire time. Good scaled size figure though, I like its height. 6.5 inches tall. Certainly a mean looking robot warrior, very wild, proportioned super well for battle. Everything on this Cheetor looks ready to race. Gear on pack. Couple spear flinging weapons and tail. A little bit of fur texture here and there if you look really closely. Maybe the only funky thing are his very short feet, supported mostly from behind. The figure should be full of articulation. What do we have? Head rotation, full 360, shoulder rotation around and up. Oh, these are kind of like little shoulder pads, I wonder. We'll figure that out some more. Arm rotation and elbows. Wrist rotation, and even these cool little claw flanges. Waist rotation a little bit, kind of encumbered by his back skirt piece there, but there is a little bit of waist, and then hips on ball, hinge joints for rotation and moving out, and hinges on knees, and again these tiny little front feet, kind of more side to side movement with those. So robot mode Cheetor looking pretty good, maybe just a little bit bronze or copper. I would have liked to have seen a little more yellow, a little more brighter color, but that seems to be the theme with these guys right now. It's just like a very bland color scheme. I'm guessing as we see more and we add more in, they will group together well. I do like how we have this theme of backpack weapons. I think that holds really well. And Prime and Bumblebee do look pretty cool together right now. So I'm liking this figure so far. And of course you do have that inbox display option on a stand here, which is kind of nice, although I typically just kind of toss these, recycle. They fill up a lot of space, but you get this nice little jungle theme behind Bumblebee here, which actually looks pretty authentic. A little bit of a light source behind him and a waterfall trickling down, so a pretty good display stand. I actually might hold on to this one this time. Might work well for a Beast Wars display. So checking in on those weapons while he is still in robot mode, they are snapped on onto his back. We can pop off and then place down in on either arm. I don't remember or believe I've seen Cheetor with the double spears before. That feels a little different to me. Kind of similar to Prime there, but a good weapon set. I'm noticing a little bit of looseness in my elbows. These elbows are not holding tight. That's a bummer. This one's a little stronger, but also a little bit of loose. You can also do what Primal had and do the spear bow staff. That's kind of a fun thing. That's funny, this one almost resembles Dinobot in a way. The color tone just feels like Dinobot. Even the head sculpt right now, I'm seeing Dinobot more than I'm seeing Cheetor. Here's what's left of my Dinobot. Poor Dinobot. He is just cracking apart this bronze shiny plastic. I just broke his weapon trying to open it up just now, and last time I had broke his ankle on that side, and there's even a post in there. He's just brittle apart. But for some reason I feel like these two are closer together than Cheetor and original Cheetor, and that's not even an original Cheetor. I think that's another transmutate figure pack, and now I'm worried to transform this one. He might just start brittling apart too. Sad what happens to plastic over the years. So now we can go for the transformation. Let's remove these spears, pull them out of the way for a moment. Instructions, of course, included with the 24 stages of transformation. I'm guessing they're not going to be too difficult, as Cheetor is a pretty cool cat. So stage 1, we're gonna lift up those knee pads. Sure enough, those knee pads raise up. Almost feels like a secondary shielding weapon for you to lift these up and then deflect laser shots or something. I kind of like these. And stage 2 will rotate 180 degrees around to his back and then flip back his feet up. In 3 and 4 we're kind of flattening them out a little bit. And in 5 we rotate around at the knee. And 6 we kind of seat him down at the hip. 7 clicking back in these panels, they should post back into the upper back thigh. As long as your knees are bent enough, I suppose. And step 8, I see some fine positioning of maybe these back claws. They just kind of flip up and in. Stage 9, the best part, we're gonna pop up the tail. And stage 10 will position like so towards the back, I suppose. And 11, this tail back panel should fit down nicely onto something. Aha, like so. Just keep rotating these hips back. So this is his back bumper area. And then I want to fold back those knees again a little bit of positioning here, trying to figure out what is best for Cheetor. Oh, I see now too. You can fold these lower legs back more into the thigh area and then rotate, hinge his ankles more cat-like. Yeah, we got that going. So we have most of the back end transformed. Now we kind of go over to the back front. Step 12 will lift up that back panel. So let's see if this whole back lifts up. Oh, sure it does. And inside we see the cheetah head. That's a cool transformation right there. But instead we'll just fold and lift down. And over to 15, we'll kind of flip over onto his belly. And we'll now pull down the robot torso and head. That's kind of cool. Both the front and the back lift up and out. Very simplified. And then I think we'll just tuck his head inside and back down for stage 17. And for 18, I think there's this neck piece we need to kind of fold down. There it is. That way we can position his head down more and have that kind of cover things up. Then back around to the back side. And these arms, what is going on with these arms? I think you just kind of want to rotate like so. Hands down, feet, claws forward, and then flipped up. Now I just have to make sure I get them in the right direction. Which way do these arms go, I wonder yet? Oh, it doesn't read very well in the instructions, but I think what you want to do, flip up that head again, then rotate these shoulders in. That makes more sense. Now the cheetah's head is up high. Feels more cheetah-like even. Oh, and I even see these holes on either side here, which are going to go into the neck, like so. If we get it just right. There we go. Now we're coming together nice and tight. And then I think if you want to rotate these spots so they point out, and you can get his legs down like so maybe. But I think for hinging you're going to want these spots actually pointed more forward. That way he can step forward. We definitely want those forward. So move those spots forward now. Actually, it hides the hinge. I like that a little better. The instructions are kind of giving you the full grand tour of turning them all the way around. Flipping up that neck piece one more time. Opening up Cheetor's mouth for a cat effect. And I think we got this cool cat ready to go. Overall, fairly smooth transformation and pretty good cheetah mode. Maybe a little thick in some places, but that always seems to happen with Cheetor cheetahs. But everything tucked in, paneled in rather smoothly, especially the chest assemblies. That area is always a challenge, and proved to be pretty quick with this one. So it will be a quick one to go back and forth from beast to robot. I always like that. And I like the movie cat look of Cheetor. It's so sleek, almost Jaguar-like. And if you wish, you can place back down these spears onto the backpack here, which always kind of looks a little silly in beast mode, but you always have to have weapon storage, right? I just noticed we do have a little head rotation with Cheetor there. That is perfect. So we've got some motion here. We can turn and lift and see his face just a little bit better this way. And opening and closing mouth. Closer up on that cheetah head. Pretty good detail there. Could be a little more paint options, maybe on those teeth, but I like the little silver nose and silver side effects and spots on top of the head. Very cat-like. Shoulder point movement, kind of awkward for running, but there is some movement there. I kind of place his feet back a little bit. I tuck them back to feel more cat-like. But good positioning on the elbows and claws up front. Oh, I also noticed with a multitude of ways of positioning these legs, you can also rotate these side panels around to the back if you want to hide details, but it seems to open up more details, so play around with those, see where you like them. You can do some pretty fun cat-like things up here. Same things with the back. You've got some motion on the hips and a little bit on the knees, and positioning with the ankle, back, feet, claws, and some tail articulation. So there's plenty of points to make this cat growl. Maybe just a little weak at some points. They kind of don't always hold up. I wish they were a little tighter. I wish we had some more ratcheting effect in there. They're a little loose. And standing with other Cheetors of time, there is I think that was a Transmutate packed Cheetor, I think. So a little more sparkly. Here's a Transmetals 2 Cheetor. Vacuum Pack Metal starting to flake off drastically. And the most recent Transformers Kingdom Cheetor, which probably is your best looking cheetah for slimmed down look and bright yellow black spots. They did really well with this one. And that's Cheetah. Cheetah, not Cheetor. Of course, there is Alien Cheetor back here from Beast Machines. This is one of the most wild looking Cheetors I've seen, and right now is in robot, so we'll just kind of walk him back over there. I had fun with this one though. I would recommend it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a good Cheetor to continue a line of Cheetor collecting. I like that it's both cool in robot and cat form. Both forms are pretty good. Sometimes you'll get a Transformer with only one form being the superior, but in this mode I think I'm going to have a little bit of fun with each going back and forth. So good Studio Series Cheetor to look for, but if you're looking for a different, more easier option, then there is the Flex Changers. So the Flex Changers Cheetor gives you a more classical approach to a Beast Wars Cheetor. If you recall, way back in the early days of Beast Wars, they did have transforming one-step transformation clips that you would pull a tab and they would flip and transform almost the entire thing at once. And this is kind of similar, even almost more resembling a Beast Wars Cheetor back here with his head and the yellow and the blue, like a very modernized Beast Wars Cheetor. The big problem with the Flex Changers is the price. This one was $17.98 over at Walmart.
What?
I know, that's crazy. Although I did notice a sign the other day, if you buy 2 of them, they take $10 off, or you get a $10 bonus. So I guess it is worth to buy 2 of these, save the $10 off each, and they come down to about $12.98. That's a little better, but still a jungle stick-up. Well, I'm very interested in seeing how this flex change works. There we go, out of pack. Now, robot mode looking indeedly okay. Oh, I still see some more plastic strapping from packages I have to cut out. Because of the flex change, it's a very basic, flat-looking robot mode figure. Is there going to be any articulation here? Head is stuck into the flex change. Arms are stuck into the flex change. Look at the flex bands going through the body, over behind the head, through the arm, and then back down. No really, oh, the hands are out here, but this goes in up to the hips. Then we've got the cat legs are kind of funny. They're just sticking out at the bottom and then they're sticking out at the side. This is just so weird. This is the weirdest thing. And then the back of our flex change Cheetor. A little bit of flex I can feel already in there. So if you're looking for a robot that has articulation, not even there. You know, I like the gimmicky stuff sometimes, but I don't know yet. I think the Beast Alliance stuff, that gimmick is more fun, as you have figures that can transform still and have basic movement. Not much with the instructions here. To flex change, there's actually a few steps here. It says 5 steps, so 5 steps of flex. That holds true with the old stuff. So in step 1, we start the flex by flipping up his front chest cheetah headpiece there. This should just flex open. Oh my goodness, he's so noodly. It's so rubbery. This is the weirdest thing. So we'll open that up, I think. And 2, we've got these back pieces that are going to, what are they going to do? They need to fold up into each other somewhere. Where do they do that? Let's see, we got to hold him, we got to get his headpiece like this. Is that the cheetah head we're looking for? I think so. And what? I don't even know which way to go with this yet. This is so noodly. Okay, so let's see. I take his headpiece here, the front chest piece of the robot, and I'll flip, and I'll stretch, and I'll rotate all the way to the back, and flip this maybe pointed back towards the wall there. Then we gotta rotate his body, and there's only one way to do it. Make sure you rotate in the correct direction. I think that is the incorrect direction. Maybe we rotate in. There we go, rotate them in. And the same way. This is so fidgety. Okay, okay, there we go. We got his back piece starting to form, and I think the rubber bands have flipped in a way so that they're in correct position. Oh, this is so weird. This is one of the weirdest things. And clip together the back piece with the spots. And then we want to clip in these legs. There's a post into the back of the tail piece, so that clips in there tight. That is very fidgety. And then you get the legs into position to somewhat resemble a cat. That is strange. So that was kind of the hard way, and I think after time they're going to loosen up a little bit. One other good idea is just to grab the arms like this and then quickly flip twist, and then you've got him into position. Then you got to flip twist and reverse to get him back. So yeah, it does loosen up over time. It's just really noodly. But yeah, just keep twisting both of them at the same time. And you can do back and forth pretty quickly. And then do the final adjustments. Certainly lives up to the name Flex Changer, that's for sure. But doesn't really feel like a transformer. It feels like a Flex Changer, I suppose. And then there's going to be some ugly details like this clip right below his beast mode head there. And then just the overall body style and very little tail. So it's very gimmicky, very gimmicky. It's got just this rubber band built in the skeletal system, very tight, not really rubber, but just a thick plastic that has a one-way bend. And so if you go the wrong way, you'll know it. You're going too far, so you gotta kind of reverse the direction you're thinking until you get it back into cat. But so. I don't think it's worth the price. I think it's way overpriced on these. This should be like $5. And again, it just doesn't feel like a Transformer, so it's something I would just actually leave on shelf. Save the money for the Studio Series or some of the other options available. See if we can flex this back. I suppose the only value here is it's kind of a fun fidget toy. You could be watching a screen and then just fidgeting back and forth. Although I don't know how long these bands are going to last. I almost feel like this is something that may just kind of implode at some point. Alright, so I've loosened him up, and then you gotta kind of flip back over his head. Is that how it was? There's like a little bit of a flip to it. Whoop, oh no. What have I done? What have I done? The key is in the rotation of the band. It's like... It's like rotating, flipping a rubber band around in 360 mode and making sure you rotate in the right direction. And I keep rotating in the wrong direction. You gotta rotate these panels just right to get those arms back into standing mode. And you should know you did things right once these bands are nice and straight again and not wrapped around or twisted in any way. But that's the Flex Changers Cheetor. I don't know again. Kind of fun fidgeting, but I would kind of stay away. Luckily I did pick up 2 of these at the same time, so I probably did save $10 and didn't know it. But there's the Bumblebee Flex Changer too. I'll hold off until I find, say, a Studio Series Bumblebee or something really cool, and then we could see Bumblebee together, as today is kind of a Cheetor type of day. So let's see if we can get Cheetor back into robot mode real quick. And believe it or not, it transforms almost as fast as the stop motion version. This is one smooth cat, transforming really quickly. There's not anything that really causes a bottleneck in transformation. This one is a great go-to play Cheetor. So thank you, Cheetor, for being on the channel. We'll hope to see some more Studio Series Rise of the Beasts. Believe I have a Scourge on the way, as I have had a lot of requests. And there you go with Transformers Rise of the Beasts Studio Series Cheetor. Always liking the Studio Series. I'm curious if we will see a Primal update for Studio Series. Could possibly be the same thing we saw, but maybe we'll see something larger, who knows. Some more things coming for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Stay tuned. If you liked today's video, please give us a squake, squirrelive, squamment, anything you would like. Thank you so much for watching, and that's what I have to say about that.